Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Casey, and today I want to talk to you guys about inspiration, stuff like that, My whole thing is commentaries that you can relate to. I figured people can kind of relate to this, People get inspired to do things all the time, whether it be in sports, making videos, stuff like that, kind of just things in life that they want to do. Some people can get inspired to go and clean their room, It's kind of like, my definition of inspiring is kind of like, it might not even be good. Something happens that makes you want to kind of do something. And yeah, I figured we can all kind of relate to that. We can all kind of think about that, because I know there's probably something you guys want to do or are doing, and you might not have got to, or wanted to do it at first, and then something just kind of pushed you along, and it kind of gave you that oomph that you needed to do it. And a lot of people ask why I do the things that I do, or where I get my inspiration and stuff. And lately, I've been talking to some people, and even was talking to my mom last night. And I was asking her, some questions and stuff. And then I was like, you know what? With these videos, I've learned to look at things in a different way. And I asked her about if she knew who Lady Gaga was. She said, yeah. She looks like she's a woman who someone covered glue all over her and just like rolled it around in different materials, and that's how she got her look. And I'm like, I've never heard of that before, and I kind of thought it was funny. And I says, well, you know what, she's fairly popular, and a lot of people know who she is. And she's like, yeah, of course I understand. I'm like, well, to her, she's successful. If you think about it, she's doing what she wants to do. She's enjoying it, or so it seems. I mean, she looks like she's having fun with it, right? Now, I'm not here to back her up. I'm not like a fan of this woman or anything. I'm looking at it like this. She's another human being, and she's enjoying what she wants to do. She's actually doing it and enjoying it. And I think if you're going to do something, you should fully enjoy it, and you should do it, and you should want to do it. Because if you try and force yourself to do something that you don't want to do, it's not going to come out good. I've already talked about this before. If you have motivation, enthusiasm behind what you want, and it's going to come out good. Well, I said, Lady Gaga is pretty big. We're just going to throw this out there. She's rich. She's got money. She doesn't have to worry about bills and stuff like say me and you do, or we don't have the same worries. She might worry about whether, her next single is gonna, be the next drama of the spot or something, but I don't really think she has to worry about certain things that everyone else does. And, she's worked really hard to get to that point, Well, I said, Mom, if she just came out one day and said, man, life is so difficult, I mean, it just is completely so hard for me, and she's this rich woman, I was like, would you really understand her? Would you really sympathize her? And she says, no. She said, it's one thing if she says, life sucks and stuff like that, because, we can all relate to that. We can all understand that. And I said, yeah, but completely. Because that's the first question I asked, if she said that life sucks, would you understand that? She says, well, yeah. And I said, okay. Well, if she said that things are very hard for her and stuff, she said, I completely just, I wouldn't get that. I wouldn't understand that or feel any kind of sorrow for her, or I wouldn't feel any sorrow for her. And I said, all right. Now, if she had said, back in the day, whenever this may have been, when she was 2, life was kind of hard for her, and things weren't as easy as they are now. But she used the hardship and the troubles that she had in order to get where she's at now. Could you understand that? She says, completely, totally, I could totally understand that. So I think it's about where, how you explain it, basically. I'm sorry. And I was like, you know what, Mom, what is it that motivated you to go to school? She says, well, 4 years after not doing anything, and I knew I had a kid, and I needed to do something. My motivation was, I really don't want to live my whole life like this. I don't want to go and just have this same thing every day and worry about things, And I'm like, that's really cool. And I figured I would share that with you guys, It's kind of, I don't really consider that personal, but I do think that, a lot of people can relate with what she's saying, And with me, I like to do these videos, and I enjoy them. I more enjoy the response that I get. Sometimes I'm like, what is he talking about? Like, I think I'll get comments sometimes that people are like, you know, you're doing it for the wrong reasons or something like that. I'm like, you know, I can get that. People at first are going to look at me and go, well, yeah, I mean, a lot of people do these videos for money, and they do them just to get themselves big or whatever on YouTube. Not me. You know, if you take a look at some of the videos, you know, they aren't the most popular things in the book. But a lot of people who are my friends will tell me that, you know, I really enjoy your commentaries. They're very different, and, you know, there's something that a lot of people can kind of relate, you know, basically relate to, and that's kind of how I developed into the whole kind of understanding. You know, in high school, they used to call me Dr. Phil, and it's funny because I have a friend, his name is Josh. His dad sounds just like Dr. Phil. Like, I'd be playing Halo with him, and I could hear through the mic, son, you need to get off the, you know, however Dr. Phil sounds. I can't do an impersonation of him, but, you know, you need to get off the Xbox or whatever, and it's like 10 o'clock, it's a summer night. I'm like, tell him to shut up, you know, you do everything for him, you know. I don't know. I'm like the bad example. And he's like, yeah, that's my dad. And yeah, but in high school, I used to be called Dr. Phil because everyone would want to come and talk to me about things, and they knew they could trust me because I'm not one to go and blab my mouth to everyone like, oh my gosh, man, did you hear what so-and-so, you know, was going through or has? Not like anyone had anything, you know, they're in high school. The most that they could probably have is bad grades or something. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of the situation now. You know, I figured, you know, I'm good at that. You know, I'm not really into drama or anything like that. I don't like to get, you know, in fights between people. I mean, you're going to find fights, or actually fights are going to come find you. You know, that's how life works, you know. Things are going to find you. Trouble is going to find you, but it's how you deal with it, right? And so with this whole video thing, I'm like, well, you know, I loved it. I loved helping people and stuff like that, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. You know, I enjoyed seeing people, you know, be happier, and they seemed to, like, as if they were carrying around some kind of baggage, and if I could talk to them, I could relieve some of that stress and some of that weight, and it wouldn't be so bad. And that's my motivation, is when I make videos and people seem to kind of be able to relate to them, or they say that it helps them, that's freaking sweet, man. I don't know, that's one of the best feelings ever. When you do something and you know you're doing it and it's a good thing, that's like one of the best feelings that you can ever have. Like, sometimes I ask, you know, well, here's an example. Sometimes I ask my mom, have you ever done something before and you knew it was the right thing to do, but, you know, you had trouble kind of dealing with it? Like, you wondered, man, did I do something wrong? And it's not till later on that you find out, wow, you know, it's like later on in life, it comes back around, and everything that happens for, you know, everything that you did for, you know, whatever it may have been, comes back, and it can either bite you in the butt or it can be really good. And when you do good things, I strongly believe that everything that happens and goes around comes around. So if you do something stupid or mean, most likely it's going to come back and bite you in the butt. And that's just my opinion. I mean, I guess you could say most people could call it karma, whatever you want to call it. Same thing, I suppose. But, you know, bad things do happen to good people. Not gonna lie. I mean, we all have, you know, our kind of reasonings behind it, but bad things happen to good people. But you gotta think, if bad things didn't happen to good people, would they really be good? Would they really feel your pain? Would they really understand what you're going through? And the answer is, in my opinion, no. You know, kind of the inspiration behind everything is the fact that I know how so many people feel because I've gone through some of the crap myself. And, you know, everyone has problems, right? And if we all have, like, some kind of an issue that we deal with, you know, we at some level can kind of just understand each other. I mean, after all, we're human beings. We're not like, I mean, we are kind of an animal, or, you know, we're pretty screwed up, you know, animals. We're pretty vicious, but, you know, at the base and core of things, you know, we're just another, you know, we're more people, you know, we're just another person. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of inspiring to know that I can kind of open up those people and kind of get those kind of feelings of, you know, the animal inside of us kind of out. You know, And that's not such a bad thing, you know. Let him roam free, you know. But yeah, that's been my inspiring video. Awesome kill cam by Nano there. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys for watching. If you have any comments or questions, just let me know, and I will see you guys later. Bye.